stepping. Yeah. But that was my niggas. Yeah. Got my nigga Ramon with me. But that was my niggas, it'll be an honor. You know what I'm saying? Under commanding general, your honor. That was my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Look. Hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin', my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit I never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my hockin' gon' let him have it. Hey, think you the shit, this truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talking shit. Y'all know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid number, real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them dapping and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Still fighting to get accepted. We hear the truth and reject it, but love is getting corrected. And all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey.
War with a priest. Staring down the barrel of a gun, the life of a black and brown man. So I have to teach my sons, be prepared for the trials that will come, and be a wise man in any situation. You can't be dumb. I never teach you to run. I breed and raise up warrior, defending the faith at all costs. That's the story of a priest in the UPK. Most niggas don't have the heart to live and thrive through my day to day. One West is the only way. You have to bury me a priest like my fathers. I can see it any other way to dumb it down, just to say the least. We won't no cowards in our camp, and we will never pray for kind of peace. Our Lord is no G, and you can bet on that. We stand firm and never flee. My brothers got my back. One nation is built on brotherhood, and understand we despise all your lies. You feeling froggy, bitch, we wish you. If you're feeling froggy, then bitch sleep. You never really war till you've been at war with a real priest. Don't get it twisted, cause you heard with sheep. Our God's a man of war, and when we go to war, we undefeated. If you're feeling froggy, then bitch sleep. You never really war till you've been at war with a real priest. Don't get it twisted, cause you heard with sheep. Our God's a man of war, and when we go to war, we undefeated. Strapped up and booted up. Oh yeah, you need more backup to come get at us. So prepare, 144 rebel giving command. So Shemai, you hear Karab by my nigga, somebody about to die. Always remember the Kentucky hate. And when Captain Desarion make them bodies drop, you bitches hate. The traits of cowards is seeing all on your faces. Woe to your religions and to all of the nations. Christianity, Islam, including your Masons. Scientology, Egyptology, all be faking. Killing your philosophies, your doctrine is for bitches. Turning niggas in for some shepherds, making it for snitches. Our breed is different. We've been bred by warriors. Our mission efficient together the warriors. So be puffed up and get fucked up all the same. You decided to cross the line and found out it wasn't no game. If you're feeling froggy, then bitch sleep. You never really war till you've been at war with a real priest. Don't get it twisted, cause you heard with sheep. Our God's a man of war, and when we go to war, we undefeated. If you're feeling froggy, then bitch sleep. You never really war till you've been at war with a real priest. Don't get it twisted, cause you heard with sheep. Our God's a man of war, and when we go to war, we undefeated.
Nigga, this payback for every cracker that ever whipped the slave back. For the poor people in church watching the pastor push a Maybach. For the watered down doctrine, that shit washed up like Ajax. Cause major pain like Damon Wayne, but I'm bulletproof and I stay strapped. Don't call the truth a lie. You a coon nigga to say that. Make a clown and move around fast, cause bitch homie don't play that. Am I there for your enemy? Cause I'm pro-black and I'm stating facts up. Is it cause I'm in the UPK with them hood niggas is safe at? I know you want me in a straight jacket or chained up. Went through biological warfare, I didn't fuck my brain up. Surrounded by all these real niggas, you ask me what I changed for and why I got no love for the oppressor who detained us. You don't see them same niggas was gang members and clutching blocks on the block. Found the truth and found the strength to fucking stop. When you get that light in you, you gon' get that fight in you. Waiting on them chariots, cause I'm trying to take flight in them. One way.
If you feeling froggy, then bitch sleep. You never really war till you been at war with a real priest. Don't get it twisted, cause you heard with sheep. Our God's a man of war, and when we go to war, we undefeated. If you're feeling froggy, then bitch sleep. You never really war till you been at war with a real priest. Don't get it twisted, cause you heard with sheep. Our God's a man of war, and when we go to war, we undefeated.
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all don't speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. Y'all want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dumb. A gun that would die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on a yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Your menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all the synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, this the Feast of Purim. You BK undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard and they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi why he give them babies herpes. I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel, everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak, this is what I do. They riding to the core, I'm just judging them by their fruit. cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ, they the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas, they're a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4, I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them, which they are Jews. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
First off, no need to go back and forth with the scriptures, because every time you niggas...
Let's have fun with it.
Uh-oh. Step up on the scene. Catching that.
Yeah. Hey, Cat. Wrong with these niggas, man. First off, no need to go back and forth with the scriptures, because every time you niggas talk, y'all just proving you wicked. Really? See, the UPK name was mentioned by some Israelite group who called a leader a bishop. Really? And what I'm stating is all facts. You lost that. UPK, that's them hard cats. Cross that. Said the shield of David was Molech. Stop that. Hope you told Esau that when you got your cop badge. Hypocrites, that's that shit we don't like. Fraud niggas, that's that shit we don't like. Come on, man. You Tom Clancy niggas cause division. Bunch of wicked ass niggas in your spirit bear witness. That's what's wrong with you boys. Let a man check you. Foot on their neck, applying all this damn pressure. No regard for the black lives the clan gathered. That's the shows how you feel about your ancestors. If you really in these streets, where your teachings at? If you really men of war, where your Mitri at? Brotherhood and loyalty, is you teaching that? Pharisees and heresies, you teaching that? When it comes to a check, you niggas turn into Judas. How you speak against the beast, then go join with their movement? You can't lock a brother up cause he don't know what the truth is. Talking about building a nation, you helping us lose it. See, now y'all niggas see why we don't link up with no squad. The more you niggas teach is the reason you show why. The day you left us was the day that your soul died. The Lord named Yahweh, why you calling him Anya? It ain't come from the prophets, then you know that it's all lies. The general held on, nigga, he never jumped side. And y'all see everything we do for the 12 tribes. We see the shit you niggas do when doves cry. Y'all hated rank, now y'all copy our style. Shit, we heard about your video, seen in a smile. Now it's time to set the record straight. We coming for Nate, dog, let's regulate. Motherfucker, we hit him up. War, why you suckers is fellowshipping? Fucking Christians, why would you ever consider dissing? Nigga, listen, you'll never last in our division. That UPK warhead launching is never missing. Officer down, I'ma start to offer you clowns. Are you talking tough in your church offering gown? Y'all just a cheap imitation. These niggas hating. Wanna be us so bad as humiliating. Making diss tracks using indirect statements. IUICPD on location. Lying to their faces. Lying in your convo. Putting cases on everybody, Nick like Alonzo. UPK the big dog, rest of y'all just pups. We about to separate pure bread from mutts. Y'all days is up, y'all gay as fuck. You say you got the truth is you suck. Y'all should stick to lying, cause rapping ain't where you wanna go. You took your shot, got blocked, not today like Matumbo. Holding came with Columbo, UPK do a jumbo. Can't beat us with the scriptures, rapping not in the rumble. Y'all second class, y'all wouldn't last in the jungle. You dealing with the predators, wearing purpley regular. IUIC so peeved, they irrelevant. Your track so corny, I'm doing this for the hell of it. Just to be clear, I don't give a fuck like I'm celibate. Got your bitches saying Chief Keef, y'all so delicate. Then you try to pick up a mic, that ain't intelligent. If you talking numbers, you ain't fucking with us, they either. Cause every one of ours were 3 or 4 of you divas. You hard as a Justin Bieber, we hot as a fucking fever. You should join the Trooper program, you starving for a leader. UPK will make y'all men. We do a lot of charity, so we'll take y'all in. Show you how to be a soldier, and to keep them hoes in their place. But to be honest, I'd rather punch them dead in their face. Kinda curious what color red and purple make now. Is that your camp or your girl camp? You stepping in the ring with the world champs. None of them punches was even landing. IUIC get slapped open-handed. Whole squad must be gay to follow a faggot. When we saw your weakness, know we had to attack it. Cross that line, now you suckers gon' learn a lesson. I ain't taking shit from no pussies in purple dresses.
Ballad in the building! I kill these motherfucking niggas and I tell them.
You stepping in the ring with the world champs. None of them punches was even landing. IUIC get slapped open-handed. Whole squad must be gay to follow a faggot. When we saw your weakness, know we had to attack it. Cross that line, now you suckers gon' learn a lesson. I ain't taking shit from no pussies in purple dresses, purple blouses. I know them bitches running your houses. I see you worship women, I know who wearing the trousers. Really, I prefer that we take it straight to the warfare. What we doing here? Folding y'all like a lawn chair. It's the wrong year. Betting y'all get the point clear. Squad too soft to beef with true bosses. You can thank the general sending you all these losses. Then you go to Ghana, so far from Americana, so you can get them little boys naked in their cabana. I see what Purple Rain and Bambada they got in common. They ever touch my kids, I'ma bury them, never find them. Next time, better watch your mouth and watch your rhyming. Never mention general, direct or subliminal. You gon' need more than them cops to come defending you. Better get the FBI, the military, GMS on PMS, a light SETI. The whole country's community come together in unity. Still won't be enough in between to protect you from me. Now, is we finished or we done? One West where I'm from, when you see us better run. I ain't put my all in this verse, I'm having fun. And what make it even worse for you cowards, it just begun. Fuck it, I can do this shit forever. Purple started raining, I'm coming with an umbrella. I'm coming with a vendetta. We go to war like whatever. IUIC in the ICU.
You got knocked the fuck out, man.
All right, this is Rude Speech, man. We got Captain Tower in the building.
Yeah. Who's that?
Yeah, so Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man. Rude Speech, man. Understand, I break it down right quick.
Don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine. Big glow, I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slip dope. I stay broke, don't care if I got a million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. These fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts, very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka, equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak with a bin shot ya. The best rhymer, since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate. Wreck like King Kong. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm throughout pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring karma. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect. Pay homage that I'm one West bred, one West bedded, one West pumping through my blood. Don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West bedded, one West pumping through my blood. Don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market. Don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapped out the apartment. Now one West will put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designing charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had friends on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain of $1.50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with flow.
Speedboat, I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. Is UPK, not a part, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West bedded, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West bedded, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West.
Clap it up, clap it up. What's going down, Israel? Cuba Le Raza, we're right here. Another Tuesday night. The Tuesday night Brotherhood class. You already know we're the ISUPK. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding Johnny Yahana. If everyone can hear me clearly, man, can y'all put a 1 in the chat? Bubba Kasha. Make sure I got the mic right. You know, has some technical difficulties. We got it going, though. You know what I mean? Of course, I got in the room with me, well-deserved and newly raised Trooper Yaka One, man.
That's right.
Man, give you a hand, Karnal. Well-deserved, Karnal. Brother, finally got that Hebrew name, man. You know what I mean? What's your name mean again, Karnal?
Yaka One means persistent.
Órale, Karnal. Yeah, persistent, man. You are one persistent brother. You know what I mean? Of course, let me shout out the chat real quick. Real Jake, hey, Shalom Yabashin Shabrakata. Officer Karaktaza, Shalom Yabashin Shabrakata, sir. The sister Raya, Salak, if I'm saying your name wrong, sis. Raiha Ya Allah. Raya Shayan Ya Allah. Yahweh Shema Allah Tabba Shim Yawashai. Halak. Shalom Yabashin Shabrakata. You know what I mean? Of course, we're right here another Tuesday night. So, of course, the topic that we're going into tonight, right? Let me ask you, Yakuwan, what holiday was it yesterday? What bastardized holiday was it?
It was the Memorial Day, right?
Right. I mean, we had our high holy day yesterday, right? But of course, America had their holiday as well, which is Memorial Day. And on that day, of course, everyone's out there, you know, barbecuing, celebrating, you know, getting together with their families.
Bringing out their flags.
I got, man, how many American flags I had to look at? You know what I mean? Salaki, give me 1 second, Israel. Let me fix this camera. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you had to it was people, everyone had their American flags, you know, remember the troops, honor the troops, you know. But how hypocritical is Memorial Day, Jaime? Talk about memorizing more, you know.
I guess if I may, you know, you have our brothers going up serving the military and they get deported after they come back.
Right.
Serving, you know.
Carnal. Like, that's the thank you America gives you for your service. You know what I mean? That's the thank you for your service. They'll deport you. You're black or brown. You know, you're black or brown. The moment you do something, man, you know what I mean? Like you risk your life, you risk your limbs, you risk your sanity, right? And go ahead, Carnal.
And if I may, if you're a female, if you're a sister, you get murdered.
Good night, Khan. You get not only that, you get raped. You get raped. Unalived. Yeah, right. We get unalived. You get raped. You get sexually harassed. I think the numbers are huge in there. You know what I mean? So I titled the class, right, Memorial Day does not honor Raza. Let me say this, clarify this, right? Raza in the ISUPK means so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You're all Raza. You know what I mean? You're all Israel. That's what I mean by raza. I know raza has a different term and meaning out there in the world, but in here, raza means race, right? And Israel, the race is Israel, Israelites. As Commander Junior Hanna say, when he's talking about blacks, he's talking about all 12 tribes. When I'm talking about the raza, I'm talking about all 12 tribes, man. But yeah, let's get it, carnal. So we had if you could, like, how does that tie into the brotherhood, right? Well, what does the scripture say? To love your brother as yourself, right? Let's go to 1 John 4:20. Officer Marai, hey, shalom, sir, Yahabashim Shabrakata. You know what I mean? Because we're going to show how it ties in with brotherhood, man. Let me say this. The brotherhood part, without having to go to the Bible, right, first, is the fact of how unbrotherly America is towards its veterans. How unbrotherly America is towards raza, man. America just, like, uses you for your service. You risk, like I said, you give it your all, and the reason why, there's that's the other thing too. If I could, Yakawan, when we talk about our oppression, when we talk about the things that affect us, our issues, we always got people telling us, if we don't like it, we could leave, right? When we say "God damn America," F, so like I can say, for blank America. Right? We're always told, oh, you're being ungrateful. Oh, if you don't like it, you could leave. Oh, you're crapping where you're eating because we call out America and charge America for the things they do to us, man. But, Raza has every right to be mad about the way America treats them. Raza has every right to be upset. Every other nation can be upset. The Asians can be upset. The Arabs can be upset. The East Indians can be upset. But you're black or brown, don't you dare ever speak out against America. Don't you ever speak out against this great country that has given you so much opportunity, Yakawan. So much opportunity they've given us, right? I'm free. People say, oh, well, look at you. You got freedom of speech out here. Yeah. You know why we got freedom of speech out here? Why we're able to say what we say and not have to worry about getting, thrown in jail or anything like that? It's because of y'all. Because of you, Tío Tomases, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'll say this: the reason why we're not there's not a dictatorship out here in the United States because versus Latin America and South America, right? All those countries is because out here nobody's hungry. You know what I mean? And because of you, Uncle Toms and Tío Tomases, America, y'all are the reason why America doesn't fear black and brown. Because all you boot kissing Uncle Toms that love America, that speak out against your own, y'all the reason why. Lenwood Collins, Shalom. Just if you could, it's SHALAM. You know what I mean? I understand. I know who you're learning from, but the correct salute is Shalom. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's our problem, man. Like we always turn against our own. We always when one of our own bring an issue up, we're always quick to silence them. You know what I mean? And that's where it ties in with the brotherhood as well. Like the scriptures say, if you have an out with thy brother, go to him and him alone. And if thy brother hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. But if he doesn't, right, go to the council and go to 2 to 3 witness in front of 2 to 3 witnesses, paraphrasing, of course. But the point is, when your brother is raising an issue, right, you should hear the brother instead of trying to silence him. That's unbrotherly to do. When Raza is speaking out against the evil that's being done to them, it's unbrotherly to try and silence them. You know what I mean? And take their voice away. I don't know, Yakawan. I mean, I'm not big on TV. I guess I don't watch the news so much, but I'm pretty sure I've never seen a Chinese speaking out against China. Have you? Right? I never seen that. I never seen Chinese, quote unquote, Chinese Americans charging China for the way for what they do to America with their trade embargoes, their trade deals, all that, right? I ain't seen one yet. I ain't seen, you go to Chinatown and you see the Chinese and American flag together with one, Talk about we stand with America. America's the greatest country ever, But for some odd reason, when it comes to us, Raza, right, we gotta put the Mexican flag with the American flag. We gotta call ourselves Mexican Americans. We gotta stand with America. So it's crazy, man. But let's get it out. Let's go into the scriptures. You got 1 John 4:20.
Sir.
Let me see.
1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hated his brother,
right? If
he
a man
is a liar.
If a man say he loves God and hateth his brother, right? He is a liar, right? And here's where it ties in. So I know a lot of you Tío Tomases, right? A lot of you Uncle Toms, right? Try to silence us, talk about, oh, you don't like America, leave, go back to Mexico. This is the greatest country ever. Don't you dare crap where you eat. I'm sure your religion, more than 99.9% of the time, is a Christian. You're a Christian. You probably go to church every Sunday. You pray before your food. You eat your abominable food. But when your brother, right, which is the Raza, right, with another Mexican, another black man, we'll throw both black and brown in there, right? Because the same thing with black people. You know what I mean? Like, we see it at camp all the time, right? You got a lot of black Christians try to come against the ISUPK. You know what I mean? Loving America, being pro-America. You got movements like the FBA, foundational black Americans who love America, but will hate on Mexicans. You know what I mean? Will hate on their fellow black people. Their black brothers and sisters. Well, the scripture says this: if a man say, I love God and hate of his brother, right? Because what you're trying to do when your brother's trying to speak and bring an issue, right? You're trying to silence him. You're showing hate. He is a liar. Keep reading that.
For he that loveth not his brother whom he hath seen, how can he love God who he hath not seen?
Right. So what you Uncle Toms, you Tío Tomases, you Uncle Tomahawks, I'll throw, Native Americans in there too. You are the proof that you hate God. You are the proof that Raza, that black and brown people as a whole hate the Most High. Because we have that issue with we're against one another. We're not together. You know what I mean? You try to silence your brother when he tries to bring up an issue, right? Scripture said he is a liar. How can he love if not his brother whom he have seen? And how can he love God who he have not seen, right? Because you talk like, once again, we'll go back to your religions, right? You're all Christians. You all love God. You all love the Creator, but you hate your carnal. You hate your brother, man. And the proof of that is in the way y'all conduct yourselves when we have a demonstration. When anyone else, when everyone's bringing up an issue, y'all the first ones to come and speak up against us and try to silence our voice. That is hatred towards your brother, man. That is hatred towards your carnal, towards that mujer, towards that black and brown brother and sister, man. Read the next verse, carnal.
Verse 21. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also.
Right. And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God love his brother also. Right. Now, Jaime, I'm just talking about love, right? And people are gonna ask, like, how does Memorial Day tie in with this? Oh, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna show you. If you're good, go to the next chapter and go to 1 John 5:3.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 3.
Or so like start at verse 1. So like we'll get into it right there.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5 and verse 1. Whosoever believeth that Jesus Yahushai is the Christ is born of God.
Right. Whosoever believeth that Yahushai Mashiach is born of God. Right. Jesus Christ for you Christians. Keep reading that.
And everyone that loveth him that begot loveth him also.
Meaning, all of you who believe in Christ, saying you love Christ, thinks that you're of Christ, right? Keep reading, carnal.
That is begotten of him.
Khan, you're of Christ if you believe in Christ and you say you love Christ, right? Okay, no sweat. Read the next verse, carnal.
Verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments.
Right. By this we know that we love the children of God when we love God and keep his commandments, right? Now, the children of God are the Israelites, the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Americans, right? When we love God and keep his commandments, right? What was the previous scripture, right? How can you say you love God but hate your brother, right? Because to love God means to love your brother as yourself. Now we're showing you what the love is. Now read verse 3, carnal.
Verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
Right. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous, right? So that's how you start loving your brother and sister as yourself, right? That's how you start loving God, by keeping those commandments, right? Now, a lot of y'all that celebrated Memorial Day yesterday, right? If you weren't in here celebrating the Feast of First Fruits, but instead celebrating America's holiday, you demonstrated to God that you hate him and you hate your brothers and sisters, right? What business do we have celebrating Memorial Day when we got deported veterans across the border right now? Where's the Memorial Day for them, man? You know what I mean, Yakuwan? Happy Memorial Day, right? I forgot to share this image yesterday, man, but I'm gonna share it today, man. This image, what's that saying? A picture's worth 1,000 words, right? Here's your Memorial Day. Here's your Memorial Day, man. That y'all want to celebrate and talk about love America, this and that. There's your Memorial Day right there, man. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're looking at the screen, Yakawan, but that's the Memorial Day right there. You know, that you over here barbecuing, celebrating pro-America, this and that. Meanwhile, your carnales are across the border right now, begging America to let them back in. That's what Memorial Day represents, man. Oh, let's not get started on Veterans Day. You know what I mean? Like, they're the same. Like, you over there, celebrating these holidays with your barbecues, going to church, praising white Jesus, but you don't give a damn about these carnales across the border, man. And this is the, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I mean, not how much of a righteous people we are, man. Because this picture right here, right? These carnales are not burning that Mexican flag. They're not saying F America, after their service and their hard work and everything they did, right? This is the thank you America gives them. And their response is, to love America. Their response is to, keep loving that country, serving it, and never dare speak out against it. So that's a crazy part. That's what amazes me, man. If you could, Yakuwan, now if you could go to the book of Proverbs 29:2. Let's go to Proverbs, because this is what describes this image right here and why it exists. Why these carnales are what everything America did, right? Kicking them out after their hard work, after their service, after their dedication. Their spirit is just to keep, loving America. Their spirit is to keep, saluting that flag. They're like, they'll never dare speak out against America. There we got it.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, right? There's a reason why, these carnales are right here. This image right here, actually, you could say is proof that we are Israelites. Because you know what I mean? Proverbs 29:2 says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. They have a righteous heart because after everything America did, they still wanna love America. They don't want to hate America. They don't want to speak out against America. You know what I mean? That's how they feel when it comes to this country, for their hard work and their service. Keep going, Doc.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, right? And this is the proof. This is what happens when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. These cardenales are begging to be let back into America. They're in mourning and probably brokenhearted because as much as they loved this country and served it, the thank you they got was to get deported. That's the thank you they get. So yeah, Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, right? Right here in this image right here. Right? We can go in. How many cases are there of police brutality on soldiers? Let's go into that one, man. Go ahead, Kanan.
And if I may, on the image, they're still saluting.
They're still saluting that flag. That's a righteous heart, Doc. I mean, when I say a righteous heart, right, I say it in context, right? Because they can't find it in their heart. They're not cruel, Doc. You know what I'm saying? They have mercy. You know what I mean? They forgive. They're quick to forgive. You know? Versus had that been any other nation, Doc, you think if they was doing this to Chinese soldiers, best believe China would come to war. Would go to war with America. You know? East India, all them nations, man, like would come, you know. Now let me go back. There was an incident, right? So we can show this affects both black and brown, right? You know, I know you remember the story about the brother that got pulled over at the gas station. He was in his military uniform, in his military uniform, and he got
I believe he was in his black SUV or something like that with his dog.
Right. He wasn't with his dog. I can't remember, but he was
I believe it was a black SUV.
Here's the story right here.
U.S. Army officer Karen Nazario was driving on a dark road in rural Virginia.
Carnal. What are we gonna say?
That right off the back, his weapon's drawn.
Right.
And he's in his uniform.
He's in military uniform, Mike. You know what I mean? He's in military uniform, and the police still ran up on him.
Last December, when police pulled him over for a missing license plate.
For a missing
What happened next, he and his attorney say, was a case of racial profiling and police brutality.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Get out of the car now!
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
Damn.
Virginia police officer Joe.
Where's the thank you for your service? Go ahead, Carnal.
Look at this Edomite holding his weapon like if he was a gangster.
Right. Well, I mean, they are gangsters. There's no bigger gang force than the police, man. You know what I mean? There's no bigger gang war or gang crime, gang criminal, gang organization than the police department, man. They're right when they say, like, oh, we're the real gangsters. Yes, you are. You are the real gangsters. You know what I mean? Keep claiming it. That's why I want the police department to claim it. I want the police department to claim to be the real gangsters and all that. Claim that. Be that. So that my people can stop getting demonized for it, man. So that my raza can stop getting demonized. So that we can have the likes of Donald Trump coming over here trying to talk about, calling us rapists and criminals. Now, y'all own that, man. So that that can be taken off us. You are a bunch of criminals. You are a bunch of, degenerates and rapists and all types of things, man. All the things that go on in there, You know what I mean, So, you know what I mean, carnal? And so, carnal, I mean, like I said, man, I know you're a newly raised trooper, so it's going to take a while, but I'm going to get it right, man, and stop calling you by, by that worldly name. But yeah, anything else you wanted to add, Carnal?
Salaki, if I may, even if it's a, even if it's a, let's say a legitimate stop, they're still allowed to lie to you and try to get you to incriminate yourself.
Right.
Like if you know you're gonna be like charged with something automatically, no matter what.
Con. They gonna, you know what I mean. The best thing you can do, right, is as the generals always brought out, man, is just go to jail and fight it in court. And definitely, man, when they tell you got the right to remain silent, reserve that right, man, because it's true what they say. Anything you say can and will be used against you, man. So just, you know what I mean, just go to jail, have your day in court, and fight it, man. So you get that chance to live, man. And of course, it's understandable. Like, you get harassed every day, you get stopped. Black and brown try so hard to get away, to get that image of being a criminal and a thug removed from them, and no matter what, it still sticks on them. So of course, that's why they get angry when they get harassed by police, when they get pulled over, because it's like, why are you stopping me? Why are you harassing me, man? I'm minding my own business. I'm just going to work. I'm just going to school. And you're over here treating me like I'm a criminal. Because we don't understand it. This issue, we don't understand it. And we're not supposed to. We're not supposed to understand oppression. We're not supposed to understand how it feels to be oppressed. But I'm gonna keep playing the video, carnal.
Gutierrez pepper sprayed Lieutenant Nazario, even though his hands were raised and he was not resisting.
Get out of the car.
Don't reach in there.
My hands are out, please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right now.
Get out of the car.
Nazario repeatedly asked the policeman why he was being assaulted.
Get out of the car right now. Now.
This is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're going to treat me? I didn't do anything. Whoa.
The policeman ordered Nazario, who was unarmed and wearing his military uniform, out of the car and knocked him to the ground.
Salaki,
is this guy here from us? Or?
The police officer gun, yeah, Khan. It's a Raza, right? It's a Mexican cop. It's sad, and best believe that the police force, right, the police department. Well, first of all, God is gonna deal with you, man, if He hasn't already, for the way you're treating your brother, right? Because that right there, what I talk about, Jaime, Yakawan, what I talk about that. If you hate your brother, right, you hate the Lord, right? He's demonstrating how much he hates the Lord. If he's an Israelite.
Why am I being treated like this? Why?
You're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this?
Nazario has sued the Windsor police for violating his constitutional rights, alleging assault and illegal detention.
He was not in any way, shape, or form. His hands are clearly visible, and he is the one that remains calm when these men are threatening this one.
I got another one. I don't know if you ever heard about this one. This is messed up, man. A veteran at a Chili's. This is what happened. This your Veterans Day right here. You know what I mean? This veteran gets his food taken away at you know how they have that special at Chili's, at Applebee's, right? It's Veterans Day. It might be also on Memorial Day, but if you're a veteran, right, you show your military ID, they give you free food. Right? See, we got the story. Yep, there it is right here. Let's see. Time's sake.
Now you question my military service and you question my service dog. And I've got, is this a certified dog? Is this a certified dog? Is this a certified dog?
You're
Sir?
veteran.
No,
Happy
I'm asking you
Memorial
a
Day.
question. Is that yes? Oh, yes, you did. Well, then, if you didn't see it, now you're grabbing my
Took
food
his
away
food
from me.
away from him.
Oh, you taking my food away?
Took his food away from him, carnal. He showed his military ID, confirmed who he was, and because some customer, right? I think it was an Edomite, right? Is why we say the white man's the devil, right? Because
That's right.
you know this is what they do. They're evil and go and lied on the brother. Said he was a fake soldier, right? The manager at this Chili's, right, decided to take his food away.
From me now? Okay. Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, I did.
This is what I'm able to wear, excuse me, okay? And I purposely don't wear rank or a name tag as not to be identified as an active soldier.
This happened a few years back, like, you know, and there he is. So that's your thank you for your service. You know what I mean? Thank you for your military service. Get your food taken away. You get harassed by police. Get guns pointed at you and everything. And if you're Raza, you get deported, right? You know, so I'll say this, and we're gonna go into Vanessa Guillen. We're gonna go into, you know, the other carnal that disappeared. You know, Vanessa Guillen, Ana Ruiz, Enrique Roman Martinez, right? We're gonna cover that as well. But that shows you that, you know what I mean? The hell with Memorial Day. The hell with Veterans Day. The hell with America. Because this is the thank you that America gives you. And because I'm angry about what this poor brother went through, right? What these poor brothers across the border go through, now I'm ungrateful. Now I'm not allowed to talk about it, Yakuwan. Now I got to go back to Mexico because I don't like the way America treats Mexicans. That is the proof that you hate your brothers. Any of you Tio Tomases out there, any of you Uncle Toms out there, you Uncle Tomahawks, which, you know what, man? Let me say this, Jaime. Oh, Salah, let me say this, Yakuwan. You Uncle Tomahawks are on a whole nother level, man. Like, how in the hell you're gonna go stick up and defend the country and the military that was used against your nation? The same country and the same military, the cavalry. How are y'all gonna go defend them and stick up for them when they were used against you? Did we go over the history of the cavalry and what they did to indigenous people, man? That's why, man. Do not come at me with your military service, you know, and try to use that to silence me, because only thing I'm gonna show you these stories. I'm gonna bring up these stories. Any veteran that's offended by what the ISUPK says, right? Black or brown veteran, of course, I'm gonna show them these stories. And this is why I'm speaking out against America, man. This is why I charge America, because this is the cruel treatment that they do to our people, man. And this is why we say it repeatedly. You heard this in the world. You heard this outside the ISUPK. Right? What they say, Yakuwan, a black man has no business in the white man's military. Well, so does a brown man. Both black and brown. Y'all have no business in the white man's military, man. And this is why the Lord is angry. This is why the Lord is angry. If you could, now go to the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. Right? This is what God thinks about your Memorial Day, man.
Verse 31.
21. You know, this is what God thinks of it. I'm gonna go there too, because this is how dumb how foolish we look celebrating, you know, Memorial Day.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5 and verse 21. I despise your feast days and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Right. God said, he said, I hate and I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies, right? So when all of y'all were getting together for Memorial Day, you know what I mean, having your American flags up, you know, God talk about God bless America and all that nonsense. This is what God said. Read it again, carnal.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate, I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Right. So all your gatherings, the Lord did not smile at them or smell at them. You know what I mean? Like, meaning he was not pleased with them. He hated them. He was disgusted by what he saw. Read the next verse, carnal.
Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them.
Right. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. A lot of y'all yesterday were probably cooking that swine, eating, pork, shrimp, crab and lobster and shrimp. You got on that grill playing, what's that? I'm proud to be an American and all that country music, whatever pro-America music you had, you were playing it with your American flags decorated all red, white, and blue, and cooking swine, cooking all that nasty, disgusting abomination. Well, this is what God thought of it. He said, though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept. God did not accept none of that, because at the same time y'all were celebrating yesterday, y'all were saying, God bless America. God bless the troops, right? Keep reading, carnal.
Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beasts.
Right. So all that, that feast y'all got together yesterday, the Lord was not with that. He was disgusted by it. And this is why. I just showed you a couple of instances why he was disgusted by it. Now, read verse 23, carnal.
Verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols.
Right. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of that viol. God hates that song, I'm proud to be an American. That song, God bless America. You know that one? God hates that. God hates that song. He's saying, take that BS away from me, man. You know what I mean? And me too. I hate that song. I can't stand that. I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and all those the national anthem. I hate the national anthem. And why? Because God hates it.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And you know what? I ain't got to go nowhere. When I say this and you want to tell me, oh, I don't like it, I could leave. All I got to do is, when you tell me this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand up and sit back down. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't have to go nowhere. You know why? Because I'm not the guest here. I'm not the immigrant here. Y'all are the immigrants. Y'all are the guests. If you want to be all pro-America, this and that, man, y'all can go back to your caves in Europe. Go to the Caucasus Mountains. Go in your little caves. There you can decorate it all red, white, and blue, and cook whatever abomination it is you devils want, man. Go ahead, Kana.
I wouldn't even call them guests. I would call them squatters.
Kana, exactly. They're squatters. No, I got a better one. Illegal immigrants. You're the illegal immigrants, white man. You're the illegal immigrant. And you deserve to get removed from this country. You know what? What happened with Trump today? He said something about he wants to end birthright citizenship, right? That also happened today, Jaime Yakuan. He said he wants to end birth. He made that promise last time, but it's like this is why the white man is the devil, man, because that's how they treat that. And this is the end to your birthright citizenship. Let's put that picture back up again. This is the end to birthright citizenship. If you could, Yakuan, I'm gonna send you the story real quick. If you could read for me this, because this is kind of, I want to go over this as well. I brought it out at camp right on Saturday. Had the brother read it, but I felt it more important to share this today, right, for class. And of course, we had everything going on. Olivia Arnold A. Shalom sis Yahweh Shema Alata Bashim Yahushai. Okay, order canal. You know what I mean? Because that just shows you, right, the issue.
It says the U.S. has deported thousands of veterans. A new policy change offers new hope for soldiers left behind.
Good night, Doc. What's the slogan for the military? No soldier left behind? The U.S. has deported thousands of veterans. A new policy change offers new hope for soldiers left behind, man. Dang. This is from back in 2021.
Portrait of veteran Brother Manuel on the left and Valente on the right, Valenzuela in their uniform, still from the film American Exile.
American Exile. Okay, Khan. So you know what? That's my homework I got to do, Yakawan. I'm gonna, watch this documentary, and we could elaborate more on it so that way, we could see the bigger picture, right? We can see what these brothers go through. Go ahead, Kana.
Says the motto, no soldier left behind, is as old as human warfare.
Wow, so this is as old as human warfare, right? No soldier left behind. Go ahead, Kana.
It has also been used as part of the soldiers' creed by the U.S., Marines, and other military forces.
So it's been used, right, by the Marines, the other branches. I'm sure the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. I'm sure the Space Force now, But go ahead, Kana.
The phrase is seen on a poster on the wall in one of the scenes of the new documentary American Exile, which depicts the life of two brothers, Valente and Manuel Valenzuela, both military veterans from the Vietnam War who faced deportation decades after coming back from
Read it again.
service. Both military veterans from the Vietnam War who faced deportation decades after coming back from the service.
So they went through all that hell in Vietnam, right? And you know what? They probably they were either, two things. They were either drafted in or they volunteered. I'm sure these brothers probably more than likely volunteered, right? But what was the thank you for their military service? Get deported. Face deportation decades after coming back home from the service. A lot of y'all, like I said, you Uncle Tom's try to justify America doing this, right? A lot of y'all try to justify it and say, yo, well, they shouldn't have done this and that. You know what? They fought for they more than earned their citizenship in this country, man, and their right to be here. The least you could do is, if you're going to punish them for whatever they did, right, you can keep them here. You ain't got to deport them back to where they were trying to get away from. But that's because that you're a conscious beast, man. You have no compassion in you. Meanwhile, the Afghans, you fly them over here, give them Airbnbs. You got compassion for them. You got compassion for the Ukrainians. But for black and brown, right? You serve America, who give it their all, you deport them. You lock them up. You draw your guns on them. You harass them. Officer Marai said, these devils can't win a war without all of these nations joining America. Khan, sir. These devils couldn't win the war without the help of Israelites. Brothers like these. So that's the reality of it.
Go on, sir.
Khan, keep reading, Kanan.
The phrase has become a war cry for a group of veterans many Americans don't even know exist.
Wow. So that's the other part of it, Yakawan. They don't even know. They don't even want people knowing about this. America did what it could to keep it under, keep silent about it. You know what I mean? Like, not even give the recognition, right? Keep reading, Canal.
Veterans, including those who served in wars going as far back as a conflict in Korea and Vietnam, are being deported because of a law passed in 1996 that was applied retroactively to people who served decades before or who have served since.
Right. So the phrase what is it? Veterans, including those who served in wars going as far back as Vietnam and Korea. Good night, Doc. Are being deported because of a law passed in 1996 that was applied retroactively to people who served decades before or who have served since. Good night, Doc. That's your thank you for your military service, man. Keep reading, Doc.
The U.S. has deported tens of thousands of military veterans since the passage of the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act of 1996.
I'm like at a loss for words here, Yakawan.
Some estimates point to at least 94,000. A majority of the service members deported were legal residents who committed at least 3 misdemeanors, making them deportable.
Right. So the U.S. has deported tens of thousands of military veterans since the passage of the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act of 1996. Some estimates point to at least 94,000. And it's probably higher, Yakawan. A majority of the service members, and of course they had to. Now you see, this is why we say they're the devil the Bible speaks of, because this is what they throw in here. Look. A majority of these service members deported were legal residents who committed at least 3 misdemeanors, making them deportable. 3, right? What was the law California had? The 3 strikes you're out. And this came through. And who was the does it say the presidential party that was responsible for this? 1996. I'm assuming it was the Clinton administration. Now this is the same administration, right? That called children, black kids super predators. Black and brown kids super predators. This is what they think about black and brown. They hate us. They hate us. And no matter what we do, right? No matter how much we try to show our love and our allegiance to America, they will never love us. Misdemeanors mean you got to get deported? Not even a felony.
Not even felonies.
A misdemeanor. A misdemeanor can be anything. Anything minor, like getting a parking ticket, right? That would be jaywalking, right? Get caught jaywalking 3 times, you get deported. And if you're a military veteran, that don't mean nothing. They still deport you. But y'all want to go join the military. Y'all want to talk about love America, greatest country ever, and don't you dare speak out against it. This is a thank you. This is what America does. If you're black or brown, this is how they treat you. Keep reading out.
In many cases, they were highly decorated veterans who came back to the U.S. scarred by PTSD and partially or fully disabled.
Right. In many cases, they were highly decorated veterans, right? Honorable veterans who came back. They were scarred by PTSD, so they're probably out, getting drunk, getting high because they, like any veteran that comes back from war, like they suffer from that PTSD. They gotta find ways to deal with it, man. Your white veterans, y'all give them all types of services and whatnot. Not even them. America doesn't even honor white veterans. I'm talking about, But y'all want to, you still want to hate on black and brown. Go ahead. I'll keep reading.
The law does not allow the government to take any of that into account on the decision, and people have been deported for charges such as disorderly conduct, drunk driving, theft, and several other misdemeanors renamed aggravated felonies.
So they renamed they turned these misdemeanors into felonies. That sounds a lot similar like the three strikes you're out, Yakuwan. And this is why you could go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 33.
50, sir?
Yeah, Khan 50:33.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 33. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go.
So the children, it says, thus saith the Lord of hosts, right? The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Now, why do I say that? Because you're seeing right here an example, right, of how America purposely pushed this law against the Raza, right, that served in the military and gave them the 3 strikes you're out. They changed those misdemeanors into aggravated felonies. Now, what were they doing to black people at the same time? They passed that 3 strikes you're out law, where they got caught with drugs and all types of things, right? They were given the 3 strikes and locked up in prison for the rest of their lives. This is the proof of how the scripture fits black and brown, not because both are getting singled out, both are getting taken advantage of and thrown away and locked up. And there's a reason why. This is all by design, carnal.
That's right.
It's not a coincidence that a lot of these veterans, were getting sent back out there to, Latin America, to South America, so that they could go out there and raise hell on the people out there. It's a cycle. The general kind of broke it down, like sending all these people down there to raise hell and make the situation worse, destabilize, right? And so everyone can come over here and you can have your cheap labor. That's what it's really. I would not be surprised if that's what it's really for, right? To create more cheap labor. These carnales are in prison, right? Serving their time and doing that free labor, that slave labor. Go ahead, carnal.
Salaka, can it be because they don't want to send any more work or to China or any other foreign place that they might want to keep the resources here or make the resources here? Is that what it comes down to?
You mean deporting veterans, like
that they're deporting them, they're raising hell, and they're getting the illegal immigrants back over here for cheap labor, so that they can have that cheap labor and
Khan, there's a possibility. I wouldn't put it past the oppressor to do something like that. Remember, he's the most subtle beast of the field.
Sure.
He knows how to destroy, and knows how to keep his hands clean. Because easily you could say, like, well, look, that y'all do this, y'all go and destroy your own countries. That's what they always throw on us. Kirin Canal.
The law passed in the Troes.
I'm assuming it's pronounced Troes.
Troes, right? So the law passed in the Troes of the anti-immigration backlash that followed a large influx of immigrants during the 1980s and 90s resulted in the deportation of millions of legal residents, including veterans.
The law passed in the throes of anti-immigrant backlash that followed a large influx of immigrants during the 1980s and 90s, right? And this is why, like I said, this is why you are the devil the Bible speaks of. Because, first of all, we're not immigrants. We're indigenous people of this land. And you still showed your hatred towards them when you come to find out that a lot of these people are legal residents, including veterans. Go ahead, Canal. Keep reading.
before that law was passed, the U.S. had never deported a military veteran, said John Valadez, an award-winning filmmaker who directed and produced American Exile. Foreign nationals have served in the military since the Revolutionary War. They had a special status, and we gave them a lot of slack because of their service. Deporting veterans goes contrary to our traditions.
Foreign nationals have served in the military since the Revolutionary War. They had a special status, and we gave them a lot of slack because of their services. You know why, carnal? Because this comes to show it. The anti-immigrant. This just proves more that America does not see you in your military uniform. It does not give a damn about it. You're nothing but another nigga. You're nothing but another spick, another wetback. Just wears a uniform. That's all that is, carnal. You know. So this is where we need to pay attention, man. We need to pay attention and know that this has nothing to do with us. Now I'm gonna go into the story of what's his name, the brother that Canala that died, Enrique. What's his name? Enrique Roman Martinez, right? And let's talk about him, right? Where's that memorial for him?
Specialist Enrique Roman Martinez was a paratrooper and human resource specialist assigned to the 82nd Airborne Division at Fort Bragg in North Carolina.
We're going to turn now to the investigation into the gruesome death of an Army paratrooper from Fort Bragg. He disappeared during a Memorial Day camping trip with fellow soldiers on the Outer Banks.
What day was he celebrating?
His dismembered body washing up days later, and the key detail his family wants investigators to know tonight. And news this evening that the Army is now offering a $25,000 reward. Here's Ariel Reshef.
Tonight, weeks after his brutal killing, the grief-stricken family of slain Army paratrooper Enrique Roman Martinez demanding answers.
It was so cruel what they did to him. Like, why did they have to do that to him?
The 21-year-old mysteriously vanishing from a Memorial Day weekend camping trip with fellow Fort Bragg soldiers near South Core Banks, North Carolina.
And when was the last time you saw him?
So we all went to bed at 12:03, and that is the last time we saw him.
The Army saying Roman Martinez was last seen May 22nd, wearing just blue shorts. His friends reporting him missing about 19 hours later. His phone and wallet left at the campsite. A week later, his dismembered remains discovered washed up. His death ruled a homicide. His sister says something just doesn't add up.
My brother can't.
That's why you should not celebrate Memorial Day. That's why God says he hates Memorial Day. Go ahead, Kanan.
Sounds to me like some good old boys had a
right. And that's why you should never join the military. You got no business in Esau's military, Raza. No business at all. If you join the military, it's because you hate Enrique Roman Martinez. It's because you hate Vanessa Guillen. It's because you hate Ana Ruiz. You hate all them carnales across the border. If you join after hearing all these stories, you still celebrate Memorial Day. You still enlist. The sister said it. That's why our people should not fight in a war they did not create. All right, we got no business in Esau's military, man. We're not safe in there, man. It doesn't benefit us in any way, man. They only take advantage of us, man. That's what they do.
Can't see without his glasses. So for him to walk out in the middle of the night without his glasses, it's not likely.
The commanding general for the 82nd Airborne Division saying his unit is in mourning, writing, "We will not stop in our pursuit to bring those responsible to justice." And David, Army investigators are offering a $25,000 reward for any information that leads to an apprehension and conviction in this case. David?
All right, Ariel Reshef tonight. Ariel, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel.
We could now go to the book of Proverbs 3:31. Let's go right there. Proverbs 3:31. Right? Because this is what we need to understand, right? This is why we joined the military. This is what the Most High warned us. Ándale, carnal.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Right. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Right. A lot of our people join the military because you envy the oppressor. You choose his ways, man. You want to be like the so-called white man. You want to be seen as honorable and respected and think that America's going to remember you. You want to take part in Memorial Day and Veterans Day. Go get that free, dinner. But what's being shown is that it doesn't matter what you do, like what you give up for America, it will never respect you. That brother got his food taken away. They didn't give a damn about his military service. The other brother got guns pulled out on him. They didn't give a damn about his military service. A bunch of carnales got deported. They didn't give a damn about their military service, man. And then you had this poor carnal, man, who got dismembered. And probably by the hands of those fellow soldiers he was with, which sounded like Edomites. And the case never got solved, did it? I've never heard anything about, it getting solved. It's an unsolved case. Look. Here's another one.
Every year, more than 10,000 people are reported missing just in our state alone.
And there are dozens of unsolved murder cases as well. Behind every case, there's a grieving family hanging on to endless hope. CBS 17's Rod Carter is here tonight with one of those unsolved cases. Rod.
Yeah, this is a very difficult case for this family. A Fort Bragg Army specialist on leave made a quick trip to Raleigh to go out with friends. At the end of the night, someone shot and killed him outside of an apartment complex as he was walking to his car. And for nearly 5 years, that case has remained unsolved. Tonight, in Missing, Murdered, Unsolved, I talked with his father about the pain of losing a son and the pain of not having any idea who did it.
This goes for both black and brown.
I just want closure. There's just no...
This is a Raza, man.
Words. For Andy Ramos, the pain of losing his son.
To honor him and always pay respect for him, to him.
And now only being able to see him here at his final resting place, the Sandhill Cemetery outside Fort Bragg, is almost unbearable.
When they tell you...
That's crazy, carnal.
They're explaining what happened, and you're just... It's going through your head. There's just no way that this can be happening.
November 29th, 2017, around 3:20 in the morning, someone killed Andy's son, specialist Jose Juan Melendez Jr. He had been out with friends at the now closed Black Flower Bar off Peace Street in Raleigh. After, they went to a friend's apartment off Raven Road. When Melendez headed to his car to return to Fort Bragg, someone gunned him down.
There's just no words.
That's just heartbreaking, carnal. You know what I mean? Poor father lost his son and was gunned down. You could go to the Book of Lamentations, 4:18. This describes, Enrique Martinez and this brother right here, Jose. What's his name? Jose Melendez. Jose Juan Melendez. No sweat, canal. Whenever you got it. You know what I mean? And this just dale.
Chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go into our streets. Our end is near.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, right? So they hunt our steps, man. Like them cats that he was with, and Enrique Martinez and them his so-called friends, they hunted his steps. The man that murdered Jose Melendez, they were hunting his steps. The one and the next one, Vanessa Guillen, the sergeant that unalived her, murdered her, hunted her steps. Keep reading out.
Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
So, like, can you go up to verse 17?
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help.
Right. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help, right? We look to this America for help. We look to America for it to, see us as equals. That's why we join the military. That's why we do all this, right? That's why we risk everything to come up here and make a living. This is what the Bible says. Keep reading, canal.
In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
We have watched for a nation that could not save us. America cannot do nothing for you, Raza. No matter what you do for it, no matter what you give it, no matter how much you love it, it will never do anything for you. It will never save you. America's not meant to save you, Raza. It's meant to oppress you. It's meant to unalive you. It's meant to strip you of everything you got, because America is a giant slave plantation for blacks and Hispanics. That's exactly what it is. You are second-class citizens here, man. We are second-class citizens here. And the only refuge we have, right, the only place that you can find that can save you is here in the ISUPK under Commanding General Yahana. You know what I mean? Christ, where we serve Christ and follow Christ, Yahweh Shai, Mashiach, as the Bible, as in the Hebrew. That's what's going to save you, man. Y'all keep looking to America. Y'all keep looking to everything else but the Bible, but from what the men above you tell you. And this is why we have situations like this. Because there was nobody to tell this poor brother to not join the military, man. There's nobody to tell that poor brother, don't go with those people, man. They're no good.
Sorry. Specialist Jose Melendez Jr. served as an Army paratrooper in the 82nd.
There's your happy Memorial Day.
He saw duty in Operation Inherent Resolve in Iraq and Syria. At the time of his murder, he worked in the 528th Sustainment Brigade.
Just down to earth, good man.
But his dad says he was just a kind person who loved creating abstract art, like these pieces. He, in fact, had a degree in art from Campbell before going into the service. His love of art came from Dad, who now sees it differently.
After his passing, a tool that I used to try to cope with was getting back into art.
What would really help Andy and his entire family in this healing process, knowing exactly what happened that early morning in November of 2017.
The hardest thing is you can't have closure to be able to continue on with life if you don't know who, and more importantly, why this person took his life.
That's why he is hoping someone somewhere.
Now, if you could, come on, go to Zechariah 11:5. Right, because this is what happened, man. It's unsolved. They haven't solved anything.
Says something.
My family, we
This
understand
happened back in 2017.
when things did not fall in place, people being able to identify the person. There's no video. There's no
They're not
aids
trying
of
to
any
handle
sort
nobody.
that would be able to help us solve this case.
And now, 4.5 years later, police still really have no leads in his death. The only information they have came from this 911 call.
You said Raven Road? Yes, like the bird, Raven. Okay, did you see who's doing the shooting? No, but I saw somebody running.
Raleigh police say Melendez had his army bag with his gear still inside, leading them to believe that this was not a robbery.
In the course of this investigation, is there any reason why somebody would gun him down?
None whatsoever. He did not deserve this.
Let me say this real quick. He is in Raleigh, North Carolina. North Carolina is a racist state. Once again, man, y'all need to understand who this oppressor is, right? And how they hunt you, right? What did Lamentations 4:18 say? They hunt our steps. Our end is near, right? These oppressors have a bloodlust for you to hunt you down and murder. They don't give a damn about your military uniform, man. That's not going to stop them from unaliving you. And I'm going to show you why. You got it, Carnal? I'm going to show you in the next precept.
Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 9.
Verse 5.
Verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Right, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty, right? So these devils will unalive us regardless, and they'll get away scot-free and think that, and they that sell them, right? Our leaders don't speak up. Right, or supposedly we don't have leaders in the black and brown community. You know what I mean? We don't have people that speak for us. Other nations do, the Chinese do, the Arabs do, the East Indians do, but we don't. And this is why it says the next part, blessed be the Lord. The Christian pastor, more importantly than anything, doesn't speak out against this. But he'll tell you to go join the military. He'll tell you, God bless America. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Kanan.
Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not.
Right, their own shepherds pity them not. That Christian pastor does not pity the death of Juan Melendez, does not pity the death of Enrique Ramos, of Enrique Martinez. And they don't pity the death of this sister right here. Everyone knows about this story. And of course, this was a brother that did it, but
details about what happened to Vanessa Guillen, the soldier from Houston who disappeared from Fort Hood. These are the two people the Army says are responsible.
Army specialist Aaron.
And Salakia, let me say this before people take this story right and make it a black versus brown thing. Note that the woman right there with him is not a white woman. That's also a so-called Hispanic. Just so y'all know. So this is black and brown on their own. Before y'all try to take this and make it a black versus brown thing.
David Robinson is accused of killing Guillen, and his girlfriend, Cicely Aguilar, is accused of helping him get rid of the body. And tonight, we have Aguilar's confession about exactly what happened the night Guillen disappeared.
And we want to warn you, the details are disturbing. Here's Grace White.
Shame on them for not coming to a press conference and saying, mea culpa, we apologize. We screwed up.
What happened to Army Specialist Vanessa Guillen at Fort Hood is no longer in doubt. What her family and their attorney, Natalie Kawam, still want to know is why.
What was the motive? Why do you believe Vanessa was killed? He told his girlfriend that she was going to report him for having an affair with a married person.
He is Army Specialist Aaron Robinson,
You heard
who was
that?
dating a former soldier's wife. Her name is Cicely Aguilar, and she's now in custody. He is Army Specialist.
Vanessa was killed. He told his girlfriend that she was going to report him for having an affair with a married person.
He is Army Specialist Aaron Robinson, who was dating a former.
So having an affair with a married person rendered the death of the sister.
Soldier's wife. Her name is Cicely Aguilar, and she's now in custody. In a 5-page affidavit, Aguilar confesses to helping him get rid of Guillen's body, telling investigators Guillen never made it off the Army base alive.
You can't tell me that someone's bludgeoned to death in an armory room, and then all of a sudden, nobody heard her screaming, nobody saw the blood all over the room.
According to the affidavit, Robinson beat Guillen to death with a hammer, put her in a storage case, went home, and came back to base that night to move the body. The girlfriend says he took her out to a bridge near the Leon River, where the couple cut her up, set her on fire, and buried her in 3 separate places.
I don't know about that Cicely Aguilar. She
From
might
the
be an
beginning,
Edomite.
Guillen's family has claimed she was sexually harassed.
There's no credible information or reports that Specialist Robinson sexually harassed Specialist Guillen.
But according to the attorney, Guillen's family isn't buying it.
You were the same people that told us sexual harassment is not criminal. And guess what? You have a dead person.
Robinson took.
If I could, the brother brought it out, man. That way he was in Esau's military. He said it's a big problem in there, sexual harassment with women, you know, and that, you know, they don't do nothing about it. And of course, as you see right here, they're trying to sweep that under the rug. Now, what this brother did, right? He unalived that poor sister, man, and I think that the other woman he's with might be the so-called Hispanics. I don't know if she's white and just has that last name because it says that he was with a messing with a married woman. If that's her and she just has the last name because she's married, she's really an Edomite married to a Hispanic man. But point being, for argument's sake, let's say she's also, you know, so-called Hispanic. What shows this, right, is just how what serving in Esau's military does and how it gets you to hate your own. You know what I mean? Because he's committing adultery. So all right there, you know, like he's already doing something unbrotherly, you know, sinning, of course, against the Lord because, you know, you're not supposed to mess with another man's woman. So the sister found that out and was going to, you know, report him because I guess apparently the military tries to stick by by have some kind of moral ground. But, you know, what's crazy is that he unalived her, right? Chopped her up. And then, you know, he committed suicide. He also killed himself as well, right? But it's like this poor sister suffered that. And she was trying to join him, you know, she was trying to just do her part in Esau's military. She was trying to be morally right, right? She was getting sexually harassed by this man. And that just comes to show you the danger that you're in, especially if you're a black or brown woman. If you're a black or brown man, the same. You're not safe in Esau's military, man. It's not going to benefit you in any way to make, you know, to make you America look at you any different, as I just showed you in the articles, man. And we have our you know, because our people that are supposed to be in positions of power don't tell us not to join the military. Don't call for, you know, to boycott anything. Don't call to separate, you know, to leave it alone. No, they all get paid by America to keep the issue silent, man. Now you could, the last piece I'm gonna get. It's actually right. That'll describe the situation with that brother that the unalived her. Go to it's where Christ says, "Ye are of your father, the devil." Leaves in Matthew or John 8:44. Go to the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. And then we're gonna Actually, you know what? No, go to the book of Jeremiah 10:1, Salakia. And then we're gonna go to John 8:44. And then I'll be the last precept.
Look at Jeremiah
10:1. So this is what the Most High tells us. For all y'all that are thinking about joining the military, right? As the stories I'm showing you, right?
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel.
Right. Hear the word which the Lord spaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Right? And this is Israel, right? This talking so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read the next verse, Kanan.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of who?
Of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen, right? When you join Esau's military, when you celebrate Memorial Day, when you're rocking that American flag and you're getting together and being all patriotic, you're learning the way of the heathen. Keep reading, Kana.
And be not dismayed at the signs of the heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at
Okay, Khan. So I mean, of course, this is going into the way the heathen worship, like the stars. They look to like the zodiac signs, all that stuff, like just their customs, their practices of worship, right? They dismayed at them. They see a solar eclipse, they get dismayed by it. They see the sun rising, they think that's God, right? But what God is saying is learn not the way of the heathen. So when you join the military, you're learning the way of the heathen. Now, what this brother did, right? He was doing another thing. Just ke Shalom Yahweh Shema Allah Taba Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? You're following their ways, their customs, their practices, man. All the things they do in there, right? Good night. A lot of them think this is the end times, the times of the tribulation and the rapture and all that. That's the heathen being dismayed at the signs of heaven. You know what I mean? When we're not supposed to be dismayed at none of that. We're supposed to look to each other, one another, as Now, if you could, I told you right to go to John 8:44.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do.
Ye are of your father the devil. This is Christ speaking because it's in red, right? And the lust of your father ye will do. Keep reading, Carnal.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him.
And abode not in truth, because there was no truth in him. The so-called white man has been a murderer from the beginning. You talk about Esau, right? And how he lies. Go ahead, I keep reading.
When he speaketh of Salakia, when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it.
This is why we say, though, this is where Christ is calling the white man the devil. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Devil means deceiver, man. The white man, el hombre blanco, el gringo, he is the liar on the earth. He's the biggest liar of all. He's the father of all lies. And the proof of that is in look at the way they twist and turn and change around clauses in the immigration laws to the poor veterans. All of a sudden, they'll twist things around when it comes to the Raza to get rid of them after what they did for America, right? And you, Uncle Toms, right? You brothers trying to be like them. What that brother did to Vanessa Guillen, he was of his father, the devil. He was trying to be like the so-called white man. He was trying to be like them cats that unalived that brother, man, on that campy trip. You know what I mean? So that's the reality of it, man. We're not supposed to partake or learn any of this, man. What we're supposed to do is look up to one another, man. Love your brother as yourself, man, and separate your spirit out of America, Raza. That's how you fight this, man. That's how you change things around. you want this oppression to end, man. If you want to stop living, like the way, if you want to stop trying, you're gonna go crazy trying to win the love of America, doing all these things, and they don't recognize it, right? The only way you're gonna get America's respect is by separating yourself from America and loving your people, man. Sticking with your own. That's what you do. And stop celebrating Memorial Day. That's a start. That's a start, But that concludes tonight's class, man. We'll be back at it again next Tuesday for the Brotherhood. Y'all can tune in tomorrow for the law class, then Thursday for scripture breakdown, and of course the Lashawan Kodash on Friday. Saturday we got the Sabbath service, right? From 10, I believe it's 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. That's what time they do it, right, Yakawan? And then, of course, class Tuesday through Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And I know sometimes we start on Mexican time. Salakia, work on that. But, we right here, man, we're going to keep doing this. We always pray to open up the internet and the airwaves so that we can get this message out. Salakia. So, Raza, take heed, man. Have love for your carnales. If you join the military, it's because you hate them brothers across the border. You hate Enrique Martinez and Jose Melendez and Vanessa Guillen. You hate them poor brothers that got, you hate your people when you join Esau's military, man. You hate your brothers and sisters. And what the scriptures say, you cannot serve two masters for your hate. So let's close it out with that precept. That's in Matthew. Neither can one serve two masters. That's Matthew 6:24. Then we're gonna close it out.
The book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other.
Right. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other. Keep reading that.
Or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon.
For either you will hold on to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and mammon. You're either with the Most High or you're not. You can't serve two masters. You can't love America and serve the Lord. You can't love America and join East. You can't love the Lord and serve in Esau's military. If you do that, you hate the Most High. That's the truth, man. I was going to say sad truth, but that's not a sad truth, man. The sad truth is that y'all joined Esau's military after knowing the history of what it's done to your people. That's the sad truth, man. But this is what you come in here to the ISUPK, we'll teach you how to love God properly, man. You know what I mean? And you'll learn to separate your spirit from America. You'll learn to decolonize your mind. But if you want things to change, man, start by loving your brother and sister as yourself. And the way you do that is by coming in here and learning how to do that, man. So we touched over, man. We showed you how joining the military shows that you hate your brothers and sisters. And we also showed you how America does not respect your military service and how God hates Memorial Day and all that patriotism. But with that, man, we're the ISUPK, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. And we're the only home of the truth, man. With that, I want to close it out, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Barakatah to the Carnales. Yahweh Shema Alatah Bashim Yahweh Shai to the Mujeres, right? To the sisters. With that, man, we'll be back at it next Tuesday. Shalom, Israel.